Anyway, we are going to set number 2, and it looks like it is going to be Bridge. Isn't this... Is that Jaehoon? He looks like Jaehoon, but I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that's Jaehoon. Yeah, he's gonna be playing against Bisu. Oh, Tyson. Oh, it's not Jaehoon. Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't look quite like Jaehoon, but I couldn't think of any other good Protoss on T8. I don't know, man. All Asians look the same to me. It's not my fault. Damn. Alright, so it's Tyson versus Bisu. It's PvP. It's going to be on Outlier. Which I think is quite nice for Team 8 because PvP seems to be Bisu's one weakness this season. So perhaps they can get another lucky coin flip and go up 2-0 against SKT. So, a little bit of a spoiler alert. Yesterday's matches, we had 2 upsets. We had STX taking out CJ and Stars taking out Khan, much to my dismay. So, you know, if we have like Team 8 and Ace winning today as well, that is just going to be completely ridiculous. I can just imagine people on the forums going nuts. Anyway, looks like Tyson is going to be at the 12 o'clock. Are we going to allied colors? They seem to like, yeah, looks like we are. Is it just me, or do the observers use allied colors more often in PvP than other matchups? I just feel like that's been the case so far. It's possible that it just happens that in PvP they keep getting these colors that are very close or something. I don't know. So Tyson's going to be yellow, Bisu is going to be red. And despite this being a Protoss map, I feel like it's been a while since I've actually seen a PvP on here. We've actually seen a few Terrans come out recently, despite the fact that it doesn't seem to be a very good map for Terran. And before that we saw a long slew of Zergs coming out and ZVZs on this map. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's see if Tyson decides to cheese, because Team 8 is definitely becoming Team Cheese here. This is... It's kind of crazy, like... Jaedong, 5 Poland. Man. Poor Sock. Poor Sock. Anyway, okay, wait in the base for both players, so no proxy gate silliness. And oh, I'm trying to figure out what the stats in the bottom right mean. It was like 1-0, but there was like way too much writing there. I couldn't figure it out. Looks like we're getting a lot of shots of Team 8 fans. Looks like there's still plenty of Team 8 fans, despite their performance in Pro League so far, which has been just abysmal. Despite everyone's expectations, they still seem to have a lot of fangirls. And you know what? You know what? That's really all that matters. I mean, yeah, it's nice to win a Pro League season every now and then, but you know, I'm sure all the players really care about is the fangirls. As long as you got fangirls, it doesn't really matter. So, looks like Bisu's Rogue gonna come in here, scouting in the correct direction. While Tyson's probe goes down to... Where's it going? It's doing a loop-de-loop around his natural. Look, look. Oh, he just hit a pylon there. And he's actually not going to scout. He's actually just going to go back. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. Another interesting thing to note, by the way, is that there's a slight positional imbalance on this map. If you look at the mineral line here at the 12, there's no... You don't have a really nice manor pylon location like you do at the bottom left or the bottom right, where you can get 2 patches. The most you can get here is 1 patch. So I think 12 o'clock is actually the best position to spawn in a PvP. Anyway, looks like we have 1 zealot blocking the ramp. That doesn't quite look like it blocks. I'm not really sure though. This ramp seems like it might not even be blockable by just a single zealot to stop a probe scout. But I cannot. But it should be though, because it is a narrow ramp, so you should be able to block it with one zealot. It's just you have to get a really nice position. Anyway, let's see. Is he just gonna expand? Wait, what? That's interesting. I'm a little bit nervous about a unit popping out like inside one of those mineral patch blobs, like the little holes in the mineral patch, and getting stuck there. That would be amazing. And by amazing, I mean terrible for Tyson, but hilarious for us if that happens. I don't think it'll happen though, because the bottom gateway is fine, and the top gateway, I think, since the gateways are lined up, the units will spawn on the right side, especially because he'll be making Dragoons. So I think he'll be okay. And that's a very interesting place to proxy. Actually, now that I think about it, this is extremely clever, because look at this. Bisu's trying to trick a probe through the back, and this is quite common on this map, where you use this pylon jumping trick to send probes in through the back door and get a scout off. And you know, while you can kind of block it with good Dragoon control, it's very difficult to block like all three sides. As we can see, Bisu's actually going up the long way, going up the left side, just because he suspects perhaps a little bit of cheesiness from Tyson. But unfortunately for him, he's actually not going to see it. That is such an interesting position, because presumably if Bisu just sent a probe in straight, it would be okay. But I mean, Tyson is actually using his units to actively block any scouts that come from the front. If you've noticed, he's got a few Dragoons running out the map. He's got the Zealot blocking the narrow ramp near the natural there. So it's actually going to be very difficult for Bisu to see this. Well, not difficult, but it's unlikely that he's going to go up there and see it. But he is going to come in here and be a little bit suspicious that he's not seeing anything. So let's see what kind of read he makes. I've actually been paying so much attention to what Tyson's doing that I don't actually know what Bisu's doing. Looks like he's just going for a 2-gate robo. And so a 3-gate Dragoon attack could be quite effective against this. And looks like Bisu's actually just going to press the issue here. But Bisu took more hits in the beginning though, so I think with decent micro, Tyson's going to win this. Yeah, it looks like Tyson does come out ahead by a Zealot. And the probe, I think, does see the 2 gateways now. So Bisu knows what's up. He knows he has to play defensively, but it is still an very effective strategy, even when scouted on this map. It's only 3 gateways, so it's not all in. It's not like a 4-gate all in. And due to the reverse ramp, it is difficult, or rather, the defender's advantage is smaller than it is on other maps. Looks like Bisu having to pull probes here, but he does manage to take out most of the Dragoons. Looks like no. Gonna have to use the probes to help out, and Tyson will be forced back up the ramp, but Bisu could actually be in a little bit of trouble here. Bisu, he's got to use more probes, but he's just losing so much mining time here, and I don't think Tyson would even have cut probes with a 3-gate goon. You don't really need to cut probes when you're going 3-gate. However, the problem with this is that since Tyson proxied, or not really proxied, but like hit the gateways at his natural, he actually just can't take his natural expansion, because that just like is completely mannered. So even though I said it's not an all-in build, it kind of is, just because of the location of those gateways. Like, sure, he could take a back expansion right now, but that's just not ideal. You'd much rather take your natural. So he's definitely looking to finish the game with this attack, and it looks like it might. Bisu muttering to himself under his breath, and it looks like he's actually completely dead. No Dragoons left. The probe's even just going AFK for a second, and Teammate is actually going to go up 2-0 over SKT here. This is unbelievable. Could you imagine if they got 3-0'd? I mean, spoiler alert, we already saw STX 3-0 CJ, which is already unbelievable. And whoa, looks like the video froze there for a second. But oh no, everything is unpowered now. Bisu with an Artosis pylon powering all of his unit producing structures. He is so dead now. He's going to try and do some magic with this Reaver. He does get a couple of really nice shots off, but it doesn't matter. GG! He typed it in Korean! Bisu was so flustered, he typed GG in Korean. He couldn't even hit like the switch to English mode thing. Oh man. Tyson taking out Bisu. Teammate just coming up with the wackiest cheeses to win games. I can't believe it. Although, to be fair, you know what? I'm not going to call this one a cheese. I'm going to call this one intelligently hidden gateways. Oh, man. Look at that. Tyson's so happy. Everyone's just like, yeah, Tyson. I don't know why Jaedong's so happy. He just 5-fold, man. He should be ashamed. He should be wallowing in self-disgust. Oh, Bisu's so sad. Bisu's so sad. That's okay. Knowing Teammate, they'll probably just fail spectacularly and lose 3 games in a row. Don't worry, SKT. You guys still got this. Although I gotta say though, I'm definitely cheering for a teammate here. They definitely need some wins.